glasses.
If I may, just for a moment, before we present this proclamation, it's an honor to be here this evening. And Sister Kathy, they've talked about the school being a legacy. You're the one that's created a legacy. Whereas the town of Southampton exists on one of the finest communities in the United States, thanks to the multitude of its positive attributes, especially the honorable, conscientious actions of its hard-working citizens. And whereas among these individuals is Brooklyn native Sister Catherine Schluter, excuse me, who is, forgive me, sisters. Yeah, how many Hail Marys? I just heard that. Who has selfishly dedicated herself to Catholic education and had a professional impact on many parents and children, most affectionately known as Sister Kathy. Through her excellent tutelage and administration, particularly at Southampton's Our Lady of the Hampton, OLH, Regional Catholic School, students have learned to grow in wisdom, grace, character, and confidence. And whereas Sister Kathy began her own education in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, attending St. Empress Elementary School, later attending Sacred Heart Academy, and subsequently earning a bachelor's degree from Marywood College in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and graduated with a master's degree in educational administration from Hofstra University and joined the Sisters of St. Joseph in 1963. 4 years later, she started teaching second grade at St. Raphael's in East Meadow and the first and fourth grades at St. Patrick's in Smithtown. Leaving the latter in 1971, she became Dean of Students at Sacred Hearts Academy, where she taught high school English, music, and drama, as well as becoming the Student Council Moderator and Glee Club Director.
And whereas Sister Kathy's calling as a servant of Christ and her community continued with her appointment as principal of OLH in 1987, taking the place of the Holy Family of Nazareth Sisters. During her 30-year tenure, she has seen tripled enrollment, installed a pre-K program in 1989, and the addition of a second floor with 8 more classrooms in 1998, a new gymnasium and classroom extension in 2014, and this year's acquisition of adjacent property for a proposed playground. Together with an active school board and innumerable parent contributions, these and other achievements have become reality, earning a variety of recognitions such as OLH being named a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence by the United States Department of Education in 1994, repeated accreditations by the Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools, the designation of November 16, 2006 as Sister Kathy Day, and her selection as Grand Marshal for the Hampton-based St. Patrick's Day Parade in 2013. And whereas in a fitting tribute to the school's continued success, parents, community members, and colleagues, past and present, have chosen to celebrate the milestone year with a dinner dance on the 35th anniversary of OLH's regionalization in 1982, building on the instrumental efforts of Father Marecki, Father Remy, and Father Gill. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Southampton proudly presents this proclamation to Sister Catherine Schluter. And on behalf of the staff, supporters, and friends of Our Lady of the Hamptons Regional Catholic School, and in so doing recognizes and commends the good work that has guided our community's youth to a path of true knowledge, understanding, and compassion. We love you.
You know, I want to seize the moment, so I need to talk to you just for a second, I promise. I know you want to dance, and that's great. But I was thinking about this all day, and something I need to say to you. It's been 30 years, and some of my people who are here were in the 4th grade when I first came in our very school. They're parents of our children, and I look at them and I say, wow, we've been here that long. But we're here that long because this has been a journey that has been really ordained since the beginning of time. I know I have a little special thing every year. I try to find something that I'll kind of use as my mantra. And there's one this year, and I have to tell you the truth, Barbara knows this. One of the passwords that I use for some of our websites is Jeremiah 29. So if you want to get into anything of mine, it's Jeremiah 29. So, you know, but this is that little mark that goes after it. But in Jeremiah 29, it says very simply, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper and not to harm you. I will create a path of hope and a future." I didn't write that. Jeremiah wrote that in the Old Testament. The plan for Our Lady of the Hamptons has been on a journey since the creation of the regional school in 1982. I had nothing to do with that. Father Gill had everything to do with it. So I just ask you please to join me in thanking Father Gill for doing it. He always told me the story a long time ago. He'll probably deny this. But he said one time, he said, Father Rini, who had Sacred Heart School, and Father Marecki, who had Our Lady of Poland School, and like the early 80s, declining enrollment really created a lot of problems. But he said he was invited to the meetings. A lot of the children who went to Sacred Heart School particularly were from Hampton Bays. And he said, but it was like they were out floundering around in the water. And I came along with a little genie, and they needed to get in, but I was able to pull them into the boat. And I think that was really the purpose of St. Rosalie's Parish really did bail out and say once they would go in with the other 2 parishes, that school would really be able to succeed. So our school has seen great days in the 35 years actually since that regionalization. And I was privileged enough to be hired by Father Gill and 2 of the other pastors in 1987. It's been a wonderful journey, but it's just something that God ordained from all time. But I particularly would like to thank, very especially, the wonderful faculty that we have. The faculty who really just do everything for your kids. You guys? They're a very, very good blend of faculty, but I think almost all the parents that I saw here tonight were talking about their children and their successes, and most of it really is due to what God has done in putting this faculty really in your children's path. I also would like to take just a moment also to thank everybody who's ever been on the school board. I think most of you are here. Could I ask anybody who's ever been on school board since 1982, would you please stand up? Come on, there's a lot of kids there, I know that. School board who meets with us very often. We do meet every month, but we've gone through, I don't know how many bishops we've been through together. We've been to visit bishops, we've been to petition villages for permits, we've been trying to beg from parishes, could we please build. We've gone through the 2nd floor, we've gone through the wellness center, and now hopefully we'll be going through the playground soon. But that's because of the power, really, it's not power, but the ability that the school board has really to listen to a crazy lady who has dreams and just say, okay, we can do it, or we can't do it, or maybe we should do something different. So I thank you for enabling that. And I also would like to thank all the pastors. I know they're kind of all here tonight, but they do sponsor our regional Catholic school. The word Catholic is the operative word there. and really want more and more for you to become more involved with your parish. Know your pastors. Be able to be the influence that I know you are. Could I just ask our parish priests, please, and our pastors just to stand up for a moment just so we can acknowledge you. Well, the honors was on hospital duty, so we got so thank you guys. We're grateful. And the last person I really want to thank, besides himself, for all the wonderful things that he's enabled, I would really like to thank Patty Brady. Last year we had thought about doing a 35th anniversary, and Patty Brady offered to come. And very quietly and very gently, she said a couple of weeks later, well, what's the date you have in mind? I said, well, sometime in October. And she just very gently went about her business. And I said, do you want to get a committee together? And she said, I have it all under control. Or she was able really to work some very, very magical things. She did get some people very quietly behind the scenes to do things like the design, the carpet, and all the arrangements. So I really want to give everything, all the attention really back to Patty Brady. I say thank you, Patty. Great job. Now the rest is up to you. Enjoy this night without your children. Come up and enjoy this wonderful band. Enjoy it, and thank you so much for being you and for helping us to be who we are. God bless. Thanks.